Welcome back to Kaleidoscope with Daisy Cousens. I'm here with the fabulous Kinsey, Schofield, royal commentator extraordinaire. Now, look, Kinsey, on the subject of Meghan and Harry, they've tried a number of ventures in the past to find a kind of niche. The first one was mental health. They had their Netflix series about their time and how terrible their mental health was affected. I was actually featured, not by name, in that Netflix series. I think it was in episode 5. There was a grab of one of my YouTube videos that I made about Meghan Markle. I was very upset they didn't credit me. It would have been great for my subscriber base. Harry had
I remember that now. I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah. You imagine, I nearly fell over when I saw it, but I thought, why didn't you mention me by name? But Harry had his Apple TV show on mental health. But look, that prong of their attempted empire seems to have kind of fizzled, and they've pivoted towards lifestyle stuff. Look, my thinking is, do you think maybe they had trouble selling themselves as advocates for mental illness awareness because of their relative privilege compared to practically everyone else on the planet?
Yes, and I think there's a bit of hypocrisy in it. What does it do to Catherine's mental health when you go on Oprah Winfrey and say she made you cry? What does it do to Catherine's mental health when Omid Scobie releases Endgame claiming that she's a racist? You know, I think a lot of people are having a hard time buying them as mental health advocates when they really seem to only be focused on their own mental health, their own story, not how can we better the people that our audience, how can we better the people that are tuning in and listening. But oh, I'm so sorry.
No, bring the doggy in.
I do think that when it comes to Harry and Meghan, one word that has recently been described to, discuss what's going on with them professionally is erratic. Are you going to run a lifestyle blog similar to the TIG? Is that what American Riviera Orchard's going to be? Are you going to be reality stars? Because you mentioned their only commercial success, which was Harry and Meghan on Netflix. Then they released Live to Lead, fail. Then they released Heart of Invictus. No one tuned into Heart of Invictus. Now we've got Meghan's cooking show. We've got a polo show. And then they have a scripted movie, Meet Me at the Lake. So are you producers? Are you producing books to movies? Are you going to be a host and teach us how to cook in the kitchen? Is it Mr. Personality Harry on a polo horse? And then you've got authors. They both have book deals. Contractually, Prince Harry is expected to release more books. Are they going to be as venomous as his first book, tearing into Queen Camilla? So, there's so many different paths. Also, Harry, the spokesperson of Better Health, what Meghan podcast host, it's just, they are throwing everything at the wall. And what it tells you is they're desperate for funds. It tells you that they are so desperate for money that they are going 90 miles an hour in no direction. But I also feel like it tells you that behind the scenes, they're as lost as they seem. And I almost pity them in that arena, because Harry spent, prior to Meghan Markle, he spent almost 40 years waking up every day and somebody else handing him a schedule, somebody else arranging his agenda, picking out his clothes. He didn't pay his own phone bill until almost 4 years ago, Daisy. And now all of a sudden he's having to figure out how to pay his own phone bill, set up his own internet, pay his own water bill. So I just feel like they are completely erratic and lost. And if you aren't focused and dedicated on something, especially something that's really important to you, then what are the odds that it's going to be a slam dunk?
Well, exactly, and that really is the thing. I mean, as the wonderful musical Gypsy, for instance, there's a song that you got to get a gimmick, and that's the thing. If you want to be in the public eye, unless you're specifically an actor or a singer or something, you have to have a gimmick. You have to have one thing that you do and that you do really, really well. And they have the facility and the funds and the profile to corner a niche, but they just have continually failed to do that. And it's interesting you mentioned, oh God, we remember from the Oprah interview how Harry didn't pay his phone bill until 4 years ago. Remember Harry in the Oprah interview saying, oh yeah, my dad cut me off. Yeah, he won't give me any more of the money. People going, you're a 37-year-old man and you expect us to feel sorry for you because your dad won't give you an allowance anymore? Like, it's just ridiculous.